lecture. So this is kind of thinking about the concept map and then thinking about the 20-minute thing we talked about and kind of trying to wrap up what we're talking about, but having students listen without taking any notes. Listen to 20-minute presentation without taking any notes. And then followed by writing for 5 minutes or filling out a concept map. And then the rest of the class period is spent with students working in small groups to clarify and elaborate on the material. It's another way of thinking about how to lecture and get at the same material, but also make sure that students are actually understanding what you're asking them to do. And this is a harder for some faculty to do and easier for some others, but it's a really powerful way to make sure students are actively engaged in the learning in the class and thinking about how you're going to do that. I remember students used to ask me, and I taught writing and I taught film and I taught media studies at the community college. They used to tell me, well, I need a note taker. I'm like, well, we're always doing something as a group in this class. I never stand in front of the room and lecture. They would say, I need extended time on my test. I'm like, that's great. I don't give any tests. So it was really interesting because I only knew how to teach that way. I only knew how to come into the class with something really active ready for everybody to do, even though I was teaching writing or media studies or something like that. I wanted them to create the learning, not me creating the learning for them. And that's the kind of shift we're trying to talk about in this area. We have a lot about instructional strategies back on that website I was telling you about, Think College Learn. A lot of them I've provided to you today, but there's some other tips and tools and videos and things to look at there if you are interested.